I sometimes think back about how Wong in the first Doctor Strange movie was overacting at Doctor Strange for holding an Infinity Stone and he didn't realize it's called an Infinity Stone. The importance of that conversation is that the Infinity Stones are seen as a cheat code. They're seen as cheating because all of the sorcerers are currently harnessing enough energy from the same realm that the Soul Stone and Mind Stone comes from, and they only get enough energy to cast a specific charm or spell. But when you're holding any Infinity Stone, then you are bypassing the rules and regulations that when it comes to magic in the MCU. Because if you just hold an Infinity Stone like the Power Stone, you're given raw infinite power. And because if you're not trained on how to handle it, or your body can't physically handle it, that power will overwhelm you, or you will end up destroying everything in your vicinity, like we see time and time again for people that just hold on to an Infinity Stone. You have to be a god kind of character, which is why in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the reason why Peter wasn't destroyed instantly was because his dad was a god and he was half god. This is why in later on in the movie you see Doctor Strange training on using very specific spells. He's limiting the infinite power coming from the Infinity Stone on casting specific spells. That's why in the books that he was reading all of the rules when it comes to time, what the point of a time loop is, how to create a time loop, and when and where to use it. There's a reason why the rules came later. It's because, or at least the consequences came later. They first teach you the rules. This is what to do, what not to do. And then later on, they teach you why it's important to learn the rules first, or to learn how to cast the spells first, so that you can see what is going to end up happening afterward. It's a fun joke that they make in the movie, but there's a reason why it was written that way. Because some of the people in the MCU are conduit for raw energy. They are seen as a cheat code. They are hated by witches like Wanda. Wanda didn't need to touch the ether to affect reality. She became a living Infinity Stone. That's why she and Vision is probably attracted to each other, because Vision became the body of the Mind Stone. He became the living soul of that was stuck in the Mind Stone, and Wanda is the embodiment of the ether, the embodiment of the Reality Stone, where she can just tap into an infinite source of energy from that particular realm or dimension, and she can cast whatever spell she wants to without having to learn how to cast the spell. She can just affect reality at will. This is why Loki could affect all aspects of time within his own series. Then that's also why his powers ended up being green, because on the planet that he was raised on, there most of the magic there is either gold or yellow. They either tapping in to the soul stone. This is why the people on that planet were so old. It's because their souls are prolonged and their bodies are prolonged. That's why most of their magic is orange, and that's why Loki's magic ended up being green, because he later on became the king storyteller, where he tells everybody stories across all of the multiverse, because he tapped into that part of the time stone. He became the embodiment of the time stone. Even though the time stones are no longer present in the main MCU, we are now seeing with even the new TV show that's being released, Agatha All Along, how sometimes you don't have access to the Infinity Stones, but you still can tap into those realities and dimensions and cast spells by using that energy.